Welcome to the regular meeting of the Recreation and Parks Commission. Roll call, please. Who's doing it tonight? You got it.
I can do it. Chairperson Bob Moda,
I'm here.
Vice Chairperson Kelly Watson,
I'm here.
Commissioner Mark Cavagnolo, not here. Commissioner Dave Lubes.
Present.
Commissioner Julie Stolnak.
Present.
Wonderful, thank you. Would everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? Okay. Now is the time for public communication related to city and commission business only. Let's make it a 5-minute limit per person, please. And that would be anything that's on the agenda. So, first one, step on up. State your name, please.
Hello, my name is Barbara Boland. 637 Whiting Street, El Segundo, 90245. I would like to express my disappointment at the reversal of the vote to install a California native tree at Library Park. The original vote in April resulted in a well-considered decision to install a native longleaf maple, which unfortunately is not available at this time. To reverse the vote for a native tree to a non-native Norfolk pine, which is not a pine, does not give due consideration to the collective efforts of committee members. As myself, as a master gardener with a specialty in Southern California native plants, there are other options which would complement the soft, welcoming appearance of Library Park. Introducing a native plant is not just about the size and shape, but it is about the importance of expanding the natural habitat to all manner of species that gravitate towards it. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. Anyone else? Rob, did you want to talk on?
Oh, it's on an agenda item?
It is an agenda item.
Yeah, as you all know, we have a very large tree out in front of our church that's been there forever, and it's just creating a lot of damage. Now it has been for the last 20 years, and it's just gotten to a point where it needs to be dealt with. The concrete sidewalk's been replaced twice. It's now raising the brick courtyard in front of the church pretty significantly, cracking, and the base of the tree itself has raised about 3 feet high up above the sidewalk, and it's just not good, and it just needs to be taken down, and we need to get the courtyard fixed, and it's getting to a place where it's probably starting to become a hazard, because when they redid the sidewalk about 8 months ago, I'm guessing 6, 7, 8 months ago, they cut into the tree, into the rooting, and it's just basically all the roots down the what would it be, the east side of the tree are all taken out. So it's just a flat run across it. So I mean, potentially it could be unsafe. It potentially could, if there was a strong windstorm, it could fall over the street. But more importantly, it's just creating all kinds of damage. And we've kind of looked the other way on it. We've fixed our courtyard 2 or 3 times just by patching the concrete and stuff. But it became a bigger issue about 1.5 years ago when I finally reached out and said, we got to do something. And it just didn't go well, just the response. And then finally I reached out to, at that time, Mayor Boyles, and he got right on it. And our neighbor, whose husband has MS, was walking down the street before the sidewalk was fixed. And she was highly concerned, so she sent in an email, and within days, they were out there looking at it. Within a couple of weeks, they came out and fixed the sidewalk. And so Chris has been out, he's seen it, and it needs to be taken care of, because it's just getting worse and worse, and the damage on the courtyard is now very visibly noticed. So that's where I'm at on it.
Okay, thank you.
All right?
All right, thank you.
Can we say who this is?
Rob McKenna.
have any questions?
We can't respond. Thank you. Yep,
For the record, Rob McKenna.
yes, thank you. Okay. Anyone else? Public communication? Seeing none, we'll close public communication and move to consent. Regular meeting minutes of May 21st, 2025. Anyone?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That's 4-0. New business, employee spotlight. Kayla and Leah Sandoval.
Yes, so I'm going to welcome Recreation Coordinator Devin Bargeman up to present this spotlight.
Hello, Commissioners. I'm Devin Bargeman, Recreation Coordinator over Camps and Teen Center. You guys can come out.
Yes.
I have the honor of presenting Leah and Kayla Sandoval as our employee spotlights this month. I've worked with them for about a year now. Throughout the year, they've proven their diverse skill set by working camps, front desk, coaching basketball, and working at the teen center. They are always ready for a challenge or one of my crazy ideas. They will run a craft with the teens. They will throw dodgeballs at the campers, with the campers, I mean. Their willingness to learn, grow, and engage with the campers or teens alike have made them great leaders so far. So I'm really lucky to work with them, and I look forward to continuing working with them.
Do you guys want a photo or say anything? Yeah? Okay, perfect. Thanks. I could take the photo. One, two, three.
Thank you and congratulations. Okay, we will move next, still new business. Tree removal request at 429 Richmond. And who's got that one? Christopher.
We have a tree request at 429 Richmond, which is right in front of the Bridge South Bay Church. It's a very large, mature camphor tree. It has done extensive damage to not only the sidewalk and curb there, but also the brick patio and walls at the church itself. Back in November, Public Works removed this sidewalk, and in doing so, they kind of slash cut the tree roots along one side, and the tree hasn't shown any effects of that, and typically camphor trees are a little sensitive to tree pruning or root pruning, but it could just be a matter of time. We are recommending removal of the tree. It follows our tree policy removals in that it's caused extensive damage, and it will happen again in the future because the tree will still be growing and raise the sidewalk again and so forth. And with that, I'll take any questions. And you can see some of the photos that we have there of the tree. You can see where the tree roots have been cut. You can see some of the damage to the brick patio and wall and so forth. There's also a light pole that is leaning as well. It's on those pictures on the left there. And talking with Public Works, they're talking with Edison to get that pole removed to have better access to the tree for when we remove it. They're also concerned about there being tree roots down in there, and if the tree dies, those may decay and cause the light pole to lean even further. So it's a coordinated effort on that part.
Okay. Julie, do you have anything?
Yeah, so I went by and looked at it, and I mean, I've seen it for years, and the condition that the sidewalk has been in and all of that. So I don't have a problem with the removal. I was wondering, is the city responsible for the damage it has caused to the patio at the church? And then also, are we going to be putting another tree back in there in that same parkway there? And if so, will it be a native?
Well, typically, we leave it up to the property owner to select a tree off
Okay.
our plant list.
Okay, but so are, well, I mean, Rob is sitting there, are they looking at, they want to put another tree back in?
We haven't had that discussion yet,
Okay,
but typically, that's what we do. We remove a tree, we plant a tree.
right, okay.
So, you had 3 questions, I just want to, sorry.
Yeah, so on my 3 questions, so you answered about, it's going to be up to the property owner, whether whatever tree they're going to select off the list.
Correct.
And hopefully they will want to have a tree somewhere along that parkway. And then also, what about the city liability on the damage it's caused?
I know the church has put forth a claim for damages, and
Okay.
my understanding it's been rejected. And I don't know the full story about that.
Okay,
Santos was involved in some of the early preliminaries on that, and he was told by our legal folks to stay away from making any comments on it.
okay. All right, thank you.
All right, anyone else?
Where's the property line? It looks like that's their property, just based on the picture, not city's property. So is that on the city's property?
It is on the city property.
Where does the city property end?
Well, I believe it's an 8-foot right-of-way, so that's from the face of curb back towards the property.
That would lead me to suspect that those bricks are on the city's property. So that's probably why the claim got rejected, because if you build on city property, then it's a little bit different, because that brick comes right up next to the sidewalk as well, I believe. So 8 feet from the street is the city's property,
Curb face, yes.
curb face. And it's been measured already, and it goes, so those bushes and the neighbors, and that top right one, those bushes are the city's property as well then?
Well, no, they would be the property of the church. It's just like a parkway. Even though the city owns it, property owners are required to landscape it and maintain it. So
So
if,
in front of my house, it's the parkway and then the sidewalk. That's the difference. Here, it's the sidewalk and then the parkway.
correct,
In the case of my house, the parkway is not that's city property, and if that tree comes out, a new tree goes in. Yes, I get to decide, I get to help pick. But it's not different when it's reversed? It's the same deal.
same concept.
Interesting. Okay, thank you.
Okay, can I have a motion, please?
Motion to remove the tree.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
4-0. Christopher, take care of it. Thanks, Rob. Okay, that was 4-0 approved to remove. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, we're going to move on to the quarterly participation report, and Rachel's got that.
Okay, so I'm going to be presenting this report on behalf of Linnea, so I'll do my best to emphasize some of the most important things and subject matter and answer any questions you guys might have. This is a Recreation Quarter 3 review, 3 and 4 review of basically an overview of our program event offerings that have occurred January through March, and then April through what has happened so far in June. So the first slide covering our marketing section. The bulk of our marketing efforts are focused on brochure and digital distribution on social media and our website. We distribute the brochure 4 times quarterly with our spread of activities that are going on. Some of the touching points here are that typically an average of 44 pages of content per issue, so it's very heavy in information. 1,000 hard copies are distributed every quarter, and about 9,500 email recipients receive this directly. And so for social media, we're continuously growing. We've accumulated almost 200 new followers in the past few months, and a scope of our Rec ID card renewals are here. This is a slide summarizing some of the events. Some of the most significant we've had are the egg hunt in spring, hometown fair, and some of the tot shows, which are the unsung silent heroes in the park. They keep the kids occupied, more of a community focus. So we've had some bonfires, story times, roots performances, which is really good for kids in the park to come and do during the week and on the weekends. Youth programming here is focused around the drama program. There have been 3 productions in the last 2 quarters, including the 2 winter variety shows, Finding Nemo Jr. and, 2 variety shows and then Finding Nemo Jr. And then spring break camps occurred also during the spring quarter. For senior transportation and programs, they brought back the day trippers this year. Successfully going to, so far, 4 or 5 different locations using transportation services. The next one is June 28th, the Norton Simon Museum. And then they also had a plot turnover during this quarter at the Joslin Center. And additionally, we had the Elder Fest, and Bob being the Older American of the Year. Very well attended event, and another significant program in recognition from the Joslin Center this quarter. For sports, we had a record high of our youth basketball league participation. So that means record high number of coaches we've hired and trained also. So that program is continually growing and showing to be significant within the community. Our adult sports programs are also thriving, which represent a significant business population in town. So, and just adult population, active adults. So we've had a very busy year in terms of sports. And then, of course, the pickleball leagues. I'm not sure if that's listed up here, but always those are 4 times a year, over 100 teams every single registration. Teen programs have also been very consistent and thriving. Gabbett annually for the summer and spring break camps. If you have not been to the Teen Center lately, I think it's the best it's looked in a really long time. It feels very homey in there. It reminds me of something I would probably like a room or something, my room or something when I was a kid. So it's doing really well. Snow Trip is occurred after getting rescheduled during a snowstorm. So we got up there and all the kids were safe and had a great time. And I think the last couple slides here on the Aquatic Center. But they have new contract programs this month, and they are hosting significant certifications and bringing some value to the community outside of kind of just swimming, providing certifications, junior lifeguards, and assisting the LA County. They also had an Easter event, their annual underwater extravaganza, and they continue to have spring classes and semi-private lessons, and they have their closures, but they will be back strong in the fall. I think that is the end of the slide. I'm available for any questions anyone might have.
Anyone, questions? Thank you.
All right, thank you.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And that is a receive and file. And now to the tough one here, summer meeting dates. So what does it look like for the next 2 months? July and August, are you available? Are you out of town? Want to?
On these two specifically, July 16th and August 20th? Is that what we're looking at?
I believe that's it. Those are the dates.
I'm good for July, but I can't speak yet for August 20th.
So 16th and 20th, okay.
16th is questionable for me.
Okay,
Sure,
okay.
is the week.
Dave is a question on the 16th, okay.
August 20th is fine.
Okay, the 20th, you're okay. Julie, go ahead. You said, one more time,
I
please?
said the 16th is good for me, and August 20th, I don't know yet.
Okay,
Opposite of me.
opposite, okay.
I can do either.
You're good for both? Okay. You're good. And I'm questionable for both. Actually, the 20th, or the August one, I'm in New York for World Series, so I'm actually working that.
Well, I can take that meeting then, because it sounds like everyone else can do that one.
We don't know yet on that one, because she's a
I'm not
maybe.
sure on that one, and we don't know about
We don't know
Mark.
Mark,
But
yeah.
the 16th,
16 sounds not good, or,
Not good for me, probably.
and you're good for the 16th?
I'm good for the
And you're good for the
16th.
16th?
yeah.
And I'm a question again, I'm traveling, but I can make it happen if we need to.
Yeah, I guess the question is, will there be anything to vote on? I
Yeah,
know that
do you-
with aquatics, they're skipping us, which I'm gonna talk about in a bit, but there
So
may be-
Ally recommended that you guys meet if possible. She didn't specify if one or both would be preferred, but I wrote down a couple of the upcoming city council agenda items. So July, there's
It,
and then an RPL staff analysis. I don't know if that's coming here
Yeah.
firsthand. And then in August is the field policy. So,
Yeah, why don't we leave them on, and then obviously if we don't have quorum, they will cancel them.
Right.
I do think that
The-
there are some important things.
I agree.
But are any of those coming to us? Are they all going to council?
Well, yeah.
these are all
aquatics
the
is
things going to
straight
council. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, field
But-
we already voted on.
Yeah.
So we're already done with that.
So you
But
haven't
they're-
mentioned anything that is actually on our agenda,
Right.
That's right.
so
So-
it might just get canceled.
So
Lack of-
Agenda items.
I agree. Let's leave them listed, and if it looks like we're not gonna have a quorum, then it'll be canceled.
Sounds good.
Or
Or-
something to vote on.
Or like if we talked about in the past, if it's a minor item that isn't necessarily need to be timely, then we can skip it and
Put it on-
go to
Put it on
August,
to
don't have a
another
meeting
one.
just for
Yeah.
one
Let-
minor item.
Right.
But
That's
hearing
a staff
to,
decision though.
you know,
Let's do this the common sense way, all right?
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Common sense.
leave
All
the
right.
2 dates on the calendar and then,
Let's leave them.
Yeah.
I agree.
and get a sense of the quorum beforehand and then cancel if needed.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so it looks like you have yes from everyone here, so.
Okay.
Okay? So great, thank you. Thanks, everyone. And there is no unfinished business. Reports for the Recreation Parks and Library Director. Did you have any reports?
Nothing from Ally specifically, but if you have any questions on her report, feel free to let me know.
Were there any questions from Okay? Not trying to end it quick, but I want to make sure that, okay. From staff, so that would be the same?
No new updates.
Oh.
I'm sure you guys might touch on some of the youth sports meeting, but other than that, just if you have any questions on the report, I'm here.
Okay, great. Reports from commissioners. Looks like Julie, you're up first. And it's also, if you're on any committees or subcommittees, this would be the time to do that also.
Okay. I just have, right now, I just wanted to say, or kind of make an announcement if people don't know about it. I saw on the library website that they are now offering where you can check out a California State Parks Pass, which is a nice thing to do. And they have all the information there. And, you know, you get it for, I guess, so many days to use it and then return it to the library. So that's kind of a neat thing that the library is offering. So I just wanted to put that out there on our recording for those people that are watching that don't know about that. That is it for now. I welcome, it's Vivian, right? Yes, the new administrative person for Ally, and so welcome.
Yeah, it still says temporary on here, but that's not true.
At the
Permanent.
Yes, at time of print, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, no longer temporary.
Yay.
And glad to have you, so thank you. Okay, Mr. Lubes, Dave.
Welcome to the team, Vivian. The Youth Sports Advisory Committee met since our last meeting. Rachel ran a great meeting. We talked about the reminders for all the due dates for things like insurance and business licenses. We went through all the various locations that are still available to play on, the different sports. We talked about the field audits of staff going out and making sure that the leagues that are reserving the fields are actually using them so that we're using them effectively. We talked about the new athletic field allocation policy going to City Council, gave the presidents an opportunity to provide feedback. There was no concerns on their part at the time, which was great to hear. Yeah, no, that's legitimate. That is the well-deserved. It was a bunch of meetings, and I haven't heard anybody say anything, but the document is as clean as it's ever been, each revision. So it's congratulations to both of you. Thank you for serving on that. Appreciate it. And then we talked about getting sponsorship banners down in a timely manner. Talked about annual field closures, and a couple other small items like that. So it was a very well-attended meeting. And even though there weren't any concerns or big discussion items, it's a really important thing that we continue because that touch point is an important piece. And it's really, since these have become more regular, about 5 years ago, I think was when they became a little bit more regular, it's really changed the dynamic among the leagues. And I think it's really helpful that everybody sees, it's like eating a meal together almost. They're all together in the same room. So congratulations on a great meeting. And then,
Can I ask a question about it? Was flag football there? Represented?
I think they were they?
No, I don't think they were actually, now that you mentioned that.
So, or anybody who was not on the advisory council, was there any extra groups there? And
I don't think
Not
they were.
extra, no.
even though it is open, right? It's,
We've kind of moved away from an open formatted
not.
meeting,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
okay. All
But
right,
there
just
was nobody
curious.
extra this time.
I think it's open to the public though, right? If someone
Yeah.
anybody could just show
Yeah,
up
I
and
think,
participate.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
they could, but I mean, it's not super
It's not a
advertised, I
broadcast.
suppose,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not like a
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
posted ahead of time.
posted meeting.
It's
Yeah.
Correct,
just, it's a
thank you.
great forum to go through all those things. So,
Yeah.
Great, okay.
Last is the Land Use Element Technical Advisory Committee. Remind me, one of you is the representative.
I am.
You are the representative, and we're both alternates. Is that?
Yes.
is
You're
my
the
memory
alternate,
ser-
I
I'm the
think.
alternate?
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
thought I saw in the minutes that you were listed as well?
This is a different, I'm on a TAC.
Okay.
That is the new transportation committee.
Got it.
I think.
So Julie, are you, I don't
I
want
responded.
to go if you're going.
Yeah, I responded for that
don't
meeting
think
that's
both.
going to be held, I
And
believe
you're-
it's in July.
July 2nd.
Yeah.
and you're good to go, so I
Yes.
don't, okay, so why don't we just do this, Julie? If you're ever not able to go, let me know.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Communication, I like it. It's good. All right,
July 2nd? See, that is confusing now. because-
5:30, 6:30.
Yeah, that's the TAC meeting. Maybe they have both committees showing up to that then.
Yeah, because I got this.
Yeah,
That's the one that you're on?
yeah.
Oh, I thought that was on Julie. Maybe I'm confused.
So it's Vision 2050 meeting.
Yes,
And when is that meeting?
That's the second,
the second.
at 5:30.
At 5:30 in the
Yeah,
Supervisor meeting
at the
room?
library, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll be there too. So, because I thought that was the committee that's doing the transportation stuff as well. All right.
You-
well,
let's,
Okay.
let's follow up and
We'll
make sure.
figure out what we're doing.
Figure it out, okay, perfect.
Very confusing.
Mark's not here tonight, so Kelly?
Yes, okay, so first I wanted to talk about aquatics and give an update. Had our monthly meeting on Monday, had representation from water polo. They had a successful tournament that was really cool. We had a lot of qualifying teams, 7 qualifying teams, which never happens. And the parking was well organized, thanks to staff, so that was really great. The plunge is on track. The men's room is being updated right now, and the pool equipment has been installed, which is really exciting. So we're still on track, and we're not off the critical path for that. The instructional pool liner at the aquatic center has to be replaced because there's a problem with it, but it's under warranty, so they're trying to work with Weisburn, and we've had an initial conversation with Weisburn about enacting the warranty for that, and they're in progress on hopefully getting that to happen. And also the heaters that are going to be installed when the aquatic center is closed for 2 months have been delivered to the yard. And so they're all ready to go on that. And there's also a punch list of a bunch of other things they're going to fix at the same time. So the really exciting report is on the Plunge Capital campaign, which is also on track. But they have opened up some really fun naming opportunities for the large donors, but also for regular folks. You may have heard of this. You can buy a tile for as low as $1,500 and have your name on the wall inside the pool. So there's levels at $1,500, and then $4,000, and then it goes up from there. But they're hoping that that is accessible to a lot of community members that really want to participate. And that's kind of the push right now, is to sell those tiles to individuals. So tell all your friends if you want your name on it. Just kind of like the bricks at the high school and the bricks along Main Street, that, you know, you can have your name immortalized on the wall of the pool. So yeah, so I would recommend spreading the word on that, because that could actually go a long way to hitting our goals for that. Hilltop is open 7 days a week from 12 to 5 now. They're doing the lessons in the morning. And they just trained 28 new lifeguards, which was also on Rachel's report, but that's pretty exciting too, because they've been HR has been getting more and more people certified. So once the pool opens again, we have a nice pipeline of people that can serve as lifeguards. Councilman Hensiger is presenting their report at the July 1st council meeting, and that really talks about how they suggest we think about pricing for the user groups for the plunge when it comes online, and the aquatics programs in general. So that they've done a whole ton of work on that, and so that should be interesting. Unfortunately, that is going to skip commission because of timing, but it won't be the final report. It's going to be kind of their first. They are going to work with some of us on the aquatics committee in a one-on-one basis, so we will see some of that before it goes, but more to come on that. We all did get an opportunity to weigh in, so that was good. And then finally, the murals for the side of the plunge, there's a recommendation going to council on that. It will also skip us, but that committee, there's a mural committee that has part of the arts committee, and they're the ones who are funding it, that have seen all the different designs, and they have voted on the one that they like the best. There was actually a pretty comprehensive process for it. So I did get to see the designs, and I'm pretty excited about what they're presenting to council. So any questions on the aquatics? There's so much going on in aquatics, I feel like. But, all right, cool. All right, so my only other thing is I would love it if we could bring a motion to this body that says that we no longer plant any non-native trees in El Segundo. So if we could have a conversation, some information about that in the future, I just think that will, and I mean on boulevards, I mean anywhere, because I feel like it's time to move into the 21st century and think about the future so that we don't have these tree problems, and also so that we don't have another situation where we're planting something non-native. So for what it's worth, I'd love to see that come up on a future agenda.
Okay,
That's me.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Very comprehensive aquatics
Thank you.
report, thank you.
Well, usually Mark's really good, so.
Okay, just a couple things. The park repair matrix that was updated, I like it now. That we have dates that actually look like they mean something. So that's a great thing. Thank you, everyone. I want to congratulate Dave for being reappointed to the commission.
And Bob.
And I was also, thank you. Another 4 years, so let's keep it going. And with that, we'll adjourn to the July 16th meeting. Thank you, everyone.